With Shang-Chi just a little bit over a year away from coming to the MCU and of course releasing worldwide, we now do have a confirmation that the majority of the cast is in fact going to be Asian. Nobody should be surprised by this. But people, of course, are mad. So when it comes to Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, this is looking like it's going to be a bit of a different film from Marvel Studios. Not just in terms of what they're putting on screen, but also how different it's going to be if you've ever looked at the Shang-Chi comics, and the fact that you shouldn't expect just crazy superpowers anywhere and everywhere. It's going to be different. Now, in a recent interview, which you guys can check out below, and I'll also toss it up on the screen, Kevin Feige talks about the cast for the film, which of course they are casting right now, and he says that the majority of the cast, about 98% of it, is actually Asian, that the entire cast and the majority of it is going to be made up of Asian people, and this is something that they're very adamant about keeping and making sure that the film is representative of the area and culture it comes from. Now, for those of you that have been keeping up with it, you know, Shang-Chi does have a relation to the character the Mandarin. Now, we know that the Mandarin is coming back in this, and they have said that this is going to be the true Mandarin, which a lot of outrage for the Mandarin we got in Iron Man 3 was due to the fact that he was, one, not Asian, but two, that they completely did something different and subverted expectations. So they're going to go back on that. Now, at the same time, since the film is going to be set largely in China, this means that they're looking to make a big box office impact over there, which of course makes sense because that is a hard market to break into. And this is a character that perfectly fits in there. And of course, if you really think about it, it would kind of have to be like that because it's set in China once again. And if they're dealing with the Mandarin, and of course how he's been around for a while, and the 10 Rings, again, this has the potential to really go into the history and establish who this character is and why he was represented the way he was the last time we saw him, and how that was a fault one or a decoy one, whatever you want to call him. Now, of course, I get to the part of the video where I'm like, and people were upset by this. I saw some comments and people were like, why are they pandering? What? You remember Gods of Egypt? Remember that movie? Remember that outcry? Because they didn't localize it. They just cast a bunch of like British and Australian actors and like American actors to play Egyptians. So those same people that were upset by that are the ones complaining about this being like they're pandering. Guys, you'd be upset regardless. Because you just need a reason to hate on this. Just give it a break. It's okay. It'll probably be a great movie.